The latest figures today say it's at 32.8, and the government have decided that that is high enough for this now to be designated an area of intervention. So it now joins 4.5 million other people in parts of West Yorkshire, East Lancashire, Greater Manchester, and so on. The 130,000 population of Preston will now join them in these restrictions. It's not a lightning lockdown. It doesn't mean that pubs and restaurants and businesses have to close, but what it does mean is that people have to take much more care with their social contact. The rules are that you can't have anyone else in your home or garden. You can't visit other people's homes or gardens, even if they are outside the restricted areas, and you're not allowed to you're not permitted to mix with other households in indoor venues. So it means you can still go to pubs, you can still go to restaurants and indoor areas, but you cannot mix with other people outside your family group once you're there. Now, Lancashire Council have given details on this today. They say that the announcement comes following the release of data in the areas of the city most affected by the recent rise of cases. We've heard from a statement from the Chief Executive of Preston City Council, Adrian Phillips. He says a number of cases in Preston have increased rapidly in recent days, leading to government categorising the city as an area of intervention. It's also alarming to see, he says, that the under-30s are contracting it at a significant rate. It's clear that coronavirus is still here, he says, and we all need to work together to keep ourselves, our friends, families and communities safe from this virus. There's going to be a press conference in the next 10 minutes or so hosted by Lancashire County Council. Their word on this is that they are monitoring it closely, and that if there is any further increase following the introduction of these new restrictions, then they will certainly consider stricter restrictions in the coming weeks and perhaps months. So it's the news that people here in Preston didn't want to hear. There is going to be an extension of those restrictions, which we've seen across much of East Lancashire, Greater Manchester and parts of West Yorkshire. Not the news that they wanted to hear, but Andy Burnham, the Mayor of Greater Manchester, this morning, before this announcement was made that there isn't going to be any lifting of those added restrictions, he was saying he didn't want there to be. He thought that the numbers were still bad enough to warrant those extra restrictions being in place, and now Preston is following suit.